It's Samantha Kuhn,
Selena Roll,
Jackie Cole,
Noreen Van Doren,
Travis Dietrich,
Andy Hoffman,
and Rebecca Rudin. And when we're not having floor charcuterie at Kajani Village, we're going geeking on Walt Disney World with Curtis and the whole geeking family.
Hey, Disney World geeks, Curtis Stone here, and welcome to episode 455 of the Geekin' on Walt Disney World podcast. This week, big Star Wars fans, first time in Galaxy's Edge, Galactic StarCruiser, and Genie Plus experiences with Laura Russell. And I've been having fun chatting with Disney World fans like Laura for over 8 years. And if you're new to the podcast, welcome. I started the podcast with my daughter, Lindsay, talking about our Disney World trips, and then we brought on you Disney World geeks to tell your trip stories. Our listeners are so positive, caring, generous, and they are experienced Disney geeks. You'll get lots of ideas and tips for your next trip to Disney World from their real-world experiences and trip reports. And we encourage a family atmosphere here on the podcast. Before too long, they were calling me the Podfather, and we'd love for you to join our Geekin' family. We've got an amazing private discussion group in Facebook. Search for Geekin' on WDW Family. It's a great place to ask your questions, share your trip pictures, and engage with one of the best Disney groups out there, out on the internet. And we're also independent Disney authorized travel agents with Fairy Tale Concierge. Fairy Tale Concierge is an authorized platinum Disney travel agency. We'd love to be your travel guides and help you book your room, tickets, and dining reservations. You'll notice many of our guests on the podcast book their trips, or they transfer their trip bookings that they do on their own to the Travelin' Tiaras. That's my wife, Margita, and her great friend and our great friend, Auntie Judy. Email them at travelintiaras@gmail.com. You don't have to write that down right now. Whenever you're ready, check the show notes on the podcast app that you're listening to right now, or go out to the website, geekinonwdw.com. You'll find the Travelin' Tiaras email as well as mine, and we'd love for you to reach out to us and talk about Disney World. This week's featured trip report is from Laura Russell. First time on the podcast. Her and her husband are huge Star Wars fans. They did 6 nights in Disney World, including Pop Century, Art of Animation, and the StarCruiser. That's our second trip report from the StarCruiser. You might remember we interviewed our good friend Wendy Fox. And coming up next week, and probably the following week, I've got 2 hours with the Kessler brothers, Glenn and Jeff. So you get plenty of StarCruiser information coming up. But Laura and her husband spent a fair amount of time not just on the StarCruiser. They'd never been even in Galaxy's Edge. But we're going to talk food as usual. Lots of food talk, including the California Grill, Cape May Cafe for breakfast, Yak and Yeti, the Crêperie over in the French Pavilion at Epcot, Sci-Fi, Docking Bay 7, Columbia House, Crystal Palace, Oga's. We've been hearing a lot of our listeners want to hear about Genie Plus. So the best way to hear about Genie Plus is through our listeners' experience. And Laura gives a great detailed description of how she and her husband used Genie Plus on this trip when they weren't in the Galactic StarCruiser. And her and her husband had a horrifying resort experience story to tell you. You're not going to believe this. And then we get into the StarCruiser and the food that they experienced, all of the fun and challenges that they take you through on the StarCruiser, descriptions of the missions. They had a special bridge ops event, and she wins Sector Set, a game challenge they had on the ship. And she answers the big question, is it worth it? Well, if you're a Star Wars geek, you're going to love Geekin' on Walt Disney World this week with Laura Russell. Well, I love having new listeners that have never been on the podcast before come on and do a trip report, especially someone who's been listening for quite some time, like 4 years, and even did an intro for us a few years ago. So I'm really excited to bring on Laura Russell.
Hi, geeks.
Hey, Laura.
Hey, how are you, Kurt?
I'm so glad to see you. Are you excited to be on the show?
Yes, for sure.
I love your trip report. You gave me lots of great notes here. You did a lot. How many nights did you go to Disney World?
6 nights.
Fantastic. And did you do something special on this trip?
We did. We went to Galactic StarCruiser.
Yay! What made you think to do that? You got on there early, too. When did you get back?
Well, our Galactic StarCruiser or just the whole trip in general?
Yeah, the whole thing.
We left on Saturday, March 26th and got home on Friday, April 1st.
Yeah, so Galactic StarCruiser is 2 nights, right?
It is, yeah.
And you sandwiched it in between a couple of other stays, right?
We did, yeah. We were there March 29th through the 31st.
Very nice. Love this. All right. We're going to save the Galactic StarCruiser notes for the end. So everyone hang on if you want to hear some of those details. But Laura, you did a lot in just the time you were staying. Let's see, you did Pop and you did Art of Animation, bookending this trip,
yes.
Right?
Yes, we did.
And who'd you go with?
My husband.
All right. We were just chatting. You left the 2.5-year-old at home with Grandma and Grandpa, right?
We did.
All right for you. How come you did that?
Good question. Yeah, we had a lot of people questioning why we weren't taking her. I think it was just a culmination of a lot of things. We wanted to fully experience Galactic StarCruiser, which I thought was funny because I listened to Wendy Fox's, thoughts on Galactic StarCruiser and, how her daughter, or anyways, they had her grandkids come along and how her daughter didn't have this, the same experience as everyone else. And I was like, that's exactly why we didn't bring our daughter with us, because we didn't want to have to worry about nap times and going to bed, by 8 o'clock and all those things. And as well, it was just my husband. We had originally planned to do this back in 2021 when this all was originally scheduled to open, because my husband was graduating with his master's then. So the plan was when he finished his master's to do this big celebratory trip. And so it was a celebration for him as well. And obviously now just congratulations, you've gotten this far through the pandemic.
That's right.
The pandemic started when our daughter was 4 or 5 months old. So it's just kind of, we went straight from being brand new parents into the pandemic, and then, so it's just, yeah.
Crazy times
for us.
For everyone. Yeah. Everyone has their own spin on it. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Hey, tell me, we like to get to know our listeners and people that come on the show. Give me a couple of fun Walt Disney World facts about yourself, Laura.
Oh, yeah. Well, my first trip to Walt Disney World was in the womb. My mom was pregnant with me, and then my parents went almost every year from that time until I was about 13. There were a couple of missed years in there, but my mom, another fun fact is my mom, when I was 6 months old, got to, she would take me on It's a Small World for my naps, apparently, and she would stay on that ride for 1 to 2 hours, and they would just keep looping around. They never made her get off. And she just sat on that ride and listened to It's a Small World for hours while I would sleep in her arms.
Wow, we really sacrifice for our kids, don't we?
We do. She said, right? I love that ride. And I don't know, maybe it's
now I know why, I think.
But, so that's a couple of fun things. Yeah.
That's fantastic. I always tell people I've been to Germany, but I've never seen it. I've been on the Eiffel Tower, but I've never seen it because I was in the same place you were.
Yeah.
When my dad was stationed in Germany during his army times, and that's where I was. I wasn't born there though. They had me back here
Oh, okay. So you were born in the U.S. then?
I was, yeah.
Yeah. You're in the womb, traveling all over Europe. Oh,
barely made it back. Yeah.
Oh my, how terrifying.
No, they have fond memories of Germany. They talk about it all the time, but this is fantastic. All right. That's a great one. Give me another fun Disney fact about yourself.
Oh, well, on this trip, my husband and I, when we rope dropped Animal Kingdom, we were the very first people for the entire day to ride Navi River Journey.
Oh.
So that was cool. I've never been the very first person in line for any ride of the day.
Yeah.
We thought, sure, like we were not very far forward in the pack of people rope dropping, and we thought for sure, like, oh, we hope it's not going to be too long of a wait, and all those people were beelining for Flight of Passage, and we were like going for Navi River Journey. So we were the first people on of the day. So that was a really cool experience for me.
All right, I'm getting a sense you're a Disney geek. This is working out so far. Give me one more fun Disney World fact about yourself.
I love Soarin'. That's like one of my favorite rides.
That's fantastic. Yes. That one never gets old for me either.
I really enjoy it. I always ask for B1. That's the best place to sit in that ride.
Okay, all the geeks are listening. They're starting to, they know you're a geek now. B1 on Soarin'.
B1.
Why do you do that, Laura? Tell everybody.
Well, then you're in the center, but you're also at the very top when you go up, so you don't have to see anyone's feet.
There you go.
Great.
And the movie and Eiffel Tower looks kind of straight.
Yes.
On there.
Yeah, compared to see. Yeah.
Nice.
Always B1.
Well, what do you like better, the first movie from Soarin' around California or Soarin' around the world?
I think the California one is just so classic. Like, I love that one. I wish they would bring it back, as I think many Disney fans.
They could surprise you, right? Or play one in different theaters. I know. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know which one you're getting.
That would be really cool. Like how they do first. They have, different films.
I could see us all appreciating that. Is the I think my daughters mentioned this. I don't know. Is the score, the music score, is a little bit different, isn't it? I think between the two.
I believe so. I mean, it's so long.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
I know what we forget.
Yeah.
All right. You answered that very well. You're doing great so far.
Thanks.
You're a keeper. Let's see. Let's see if you. That was great. All right. Let's dig into this. You did a split stay. Well, you stayed at 3 places, as I think we covered that already. Pop.
Good.
How was Pop? Any highlights from Pop or Art of Animation?
We really ended up liking the room we had stayed in Pop. We stayed in the 50 section. We had requested the 60 section and didn't get in there, and that was quite all right. It was spring break and they were completely packed. We ended up being in building 3, like in that very end section that's closest to the Skyliner, and it ended up working out really well because it was quiet there, but also like just close to the Skyliner, so that was nice. The night we got there, we had done a mobile order, and the girls there, the cast members that were working, accidentally pressed that our order was ready before it was, and so I had to wait all of 5 minutes for the order to be ready, but we got a pixie dust cupcake because we had to wait. So that was cool during our Pop stay. But
good way to start it off. Had you stayed there before at these two?
Yes, I've stayed at both of them.
Where's kind of your favorite resort on property?
Well, I've only ever stayed at Value Resorts. It's hard. I really love the theming of Art of Animation, but unless you're staying like right there in the Finding Nemo rooms, it's just like there's just so much walking. I really like the theming of All-Star Movies. I think that's really cool. I just wish they could do that theming, but like at a deluxe level. I don't know if that makes sense to like have like a deluxe level, with that kind of theming.
Yeah, the cartoony kind of movies and stuff like that. That's a great point.
Yeah, I would do something like that. I've never stayed at a moderate or a deluxe, but maybe one day.
You know what? That's so true. I never really gave that much thought, but the moderates and the deluxes don't have a lot of Disney cartoon kind of stuff or movies, that kind of stuff in there.
They could do it nicely,
sure.
I've the mosaics that they have at what's the new DVD resort?
Riviera.
The Riviera, yeah, those mosaics, like stuff like that. Like,
sure.
I think they could incorporate things like that and make it beautiful, but also a nicer. So I guess I never answered the question, which is my favorite. Probably just Pop at this point because of the room renovations that they did a few years ago. Everything's just nicer in there.
Yeah, it's modern, right?
Mm-hmm.
I like Pop too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what was your goal and must-dos? Did you have a plan going in on this trip?
Yeah, we wanted to try Genie Plus, so we did that, and
I want to hear all about that. We'll get into that for sure.
Yeah.
I get that question. People that enter into my Facebook group, I ask them some questions, and what would you like to hear? That comes up obviously a lot right now. So,
I'm sure, because not everybody's tried it yet.
Yeah, and any perspectives on that you can give us.
I will.
We'll love that.
Yeah, that, and then just doing some things that are more geared towards adults since we weren't bringing our daughter. And then I was pregnant the last time we went, so getting to ride all the rides that I didn't get to ride because I was pregnant last time. So those are things you don't think about. But when you're going there to Hollywood Studios, there's a lot of things you can't ride when you're pregnant. So.
That's right. So this one, we're going to let it all hang out. We're going to eat and drink and ride, go hard. Did you go full stink?
We did every day. Yeah, every day we were at the parks. We were rope dropping. I told my husband, that's just how we do it. And he liked that. I think it was tiring, but we made a point during every day to actually, we've never done that in the past, but go back for naps in the middle of the day. And that was one of the best choices I think we've ever made. Just get there early.
Yeah.
Come back, a couple hours later in the afternoon and stay until close.
Fantastic. Yeah. All right. Before we get into all of that, let's talk about the food. You've got a lot of great ones here. Tell me your favorites, your hot spots for eating on this trip.
My top ones were California Grill. I'd never been there and it was worth it. And then one that I never really hear about too much, Cape May Cafe. We love that. We did the breakfast buffet there and we liked it. Day that we went, that we made sure that the day that we left, we went back a second time.
That's all right. I want to hear about both those. But let's start with California Grill. What'd you guys have there? And yeah, I think you probably heard me say that's one of my favorite signature restaurants. I mean, the location, right? I mean, It's amazing.
It was beautiful. It was stunning. For the appetizers, we had, I got the sushi. Right now they're doing a prefix menu for the 50th anniversary. I got the appetizer, entree, dessert. So I did the sushi. My husband got this duck pizza. So it was pizza with duck on it. It was so good. It was really good.
Right first I'm going, I don't know. I love pizza, but
sounds weird.
Duck scares me.
It really is. I mean, just, it's a little different from chicken. It's a little gamier. But yeah, he really enjoyed that. I tried it and I was like, oh my gosh, this is really
I'm sure it would be.
Yeah. And then I got the pork tenderloin, and that is what made the meal. I was I could have gone there just for that and paid the price for it. It has this polenta that's on top of, and right now it's probably in my top 5 things I've ever eaten ever. So it was really, really good.
I like to hear that.
And then my husband, he got whatever the beef option is, and he loved that as well. He ate the whole thing.
Filet?
Yeah, the filet. Yeah, he was.
That sounds real good.
Yeah, he really enjoyed it. And then for the desserts, he got the sampler of all the different bites. There's just
yeah,
you can get. I knew we were going to be trying to eat more desserts later on that night, so I actually chose probably what would be the least popular option. I did this cheese plate. I kind of regret it. That was my one thing about it that I was it was just I would have just eaten the cheese. They put all these weird they weren't crackers. I don't know how to explain it. They were just weird, like crackery like things that I was just like, this is a weird pairing. I should have just, eaten the cheese, but
that's a weird thing for dessert, right?
Yeah. I get it. My guess is just for like diabetics, something like that. But okay. I wanted to try it. I figured I'd go all out. Cheese is a more expensive thing, so live it up while you're doing the pre.
Oh, very good. I love cheese though, so
I do like cheese too.
You know me, charcuterie all the way. Fantastic. All right, Cape May Cafe. Yes, we've done the dinner there. I've never done breakfast actually, but I think Judy and Mom are booking Cape May Cafe for. I know it's one of Ken's favorites, our pal. So, Tell me about breakfast.
It was a buffet, but they had the make your own omelets or build your own omelet station in addition to the buffet. We didn't do that. I have a mild allergy to eggs, so I kind of have to watch what I eat, even though I will say I cheated a little bit on the trip, but I can't eat a full omelet. That would not go well. Okay. In addition to that, they have crepes, and they have not a roast, but they had ham that was they
carved,
yeah, right there for you. And they had asparagus, and in addition to all the normal, pancakes, waffles, French toast. They also had kind of Mexican stuff there too, to make breakfast tortillas and things. I just thought it was a really good variety. I was really impressed with the value. It was $25 a person, and it's care to eat. So I was for as much as somebody could go in there and eat, yep. I thought it was a really good value.
Convenient for you coming up on the Skyliner, right?
Yeah, we loved that.
Well played.
Yeah,
for sure. That's a big reason people love the Skyliner resorts. Take advantage of that boardwalk stuff.
Yeah, we enjoyed doing that.
All right, let's hit some more. You got lots here. You got 11. Let's do them all.
My next favorite, I really like Yak and Yeti too. That was one of my favorites as well, next to California Grill for lunch, dinner foods. I got the lobster pasta, whatever the lobster pasta option is on there. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but I think it was the most expensive thing on the menu, but again, it was totally worth it.
Wow, they have a lot of lobster on there.
There was so much seafood in that thing. It was that shrimp, and then what was the other thing?
Wow,
it might have been scallops or something, but it was the amount of seafood in there compared to pasta. I felt like I was really getting my money's worth of seafood.
I love this. I'm all about seafood.
Yeah, I was this is so good.
This sounds great.
I felt this is one place I have to come to every time to get specifically this dish.
Wow, what kind of sauce was it?
It was some kind of garlic. There had to be some kind of olive oil, but my guess is there was some kind of dairy in it too. I honestly, I didn't write all these descriptions all in my notes, so I can't remember exactly.
Lori, you don't seem to care. I'm counting calories the last 2 weeks, and this is
I will say I did not gain weight on this trip though. For as much I actually lost weight on this trip.
All right, bonus. There is that. Wow.
Yeah. For as much walk, there was one day we got 31,000 steps. So I was I'm going to eat what I want since I'm walking so
I think that meal would be all the calories I could have for the day, though, right there.
Probably on a normal day.
I'm going to cheat when I'm down there, too. Don't worry. Don't worry about me. I'll be fine.
I think you got to, you kind of got to go out. That's kind of what I figured while we were down there.
I love people discovering Yak and Yeti. That was one when my wife Margita told me about it. I was I had no idea it was there. First time I heard about it.
It's kind of tucked back there. It's there in the back of the park, but it's really good.
Animal Kingdom. I mean, yeah, very cool. All right, keep going. You don't have to go in any order. Just those were 3 great ones.
We can stay at Animal Kingdom. We got the Mickey cinnamon roll. I will say it was just okay. We had one that I think had been sitting under a hot for a while. Okay. We did ask extra icing, which was a good choice. I'm glad we did that. My husband really enjoyed it. It was definitely shareable. I could not eat one of those by myself, but we definitely really enjoyed it.
Where'd you get it? Whereabouts?
There was in that, it wasn't a stand because it was in a building, but it was like very close to the Safari.
All right. Yep. That's the one. Kustafari, I think it's called.
Yeah. Yes.
All right.
Yes.
I wonder if they've gotten smaller. That's my... Yeah, they used to be called the Colossal Mickey Cinnamon Head. I don't know.
It was plenty enough for both of us.
All right. Yeah, they're pretty good size still.
Yeah. I have nothing to compare it to though, because I didn't have it.
I love my cinnamon rolls, so thank you for putting that on your list.
Yeah. Sticking with cinnamon rolls, that same day we went to Epcot and I got the fried cinnamon roll bites from what's the Sunshine Griddle there at over by that booth over by Test Track.
Yeah.
Those things are so good.
I saw this on your list and I'm like, what? I may have heard this before, but it just hit me. I like fried cinnamon roll bites. I heard you're going when they still have Flower and Garden. You have to get them. All right. I'm going to put this on. I know. I'm putting this on the must-do list. I'm telling.
Over there by Test Track. And
yeah.
My husband had gone, like I was refilling water at a water fountain and he was coming over and he was like eating them. He was like, these are really good. And I took a bite. I was like, without hesitating, I was like, we're going and getting another because I want to have one all by myself.
Is it a good size order?
Yeah, I don't know how to like describe the size of them. They're probably like the size of like a dinner roll, but they're more oblong shape, and there's 3 of them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they're a good size.
They're a good size, yeah. But they're so good that I was like, I'm getting this. I want one of these all to myself.
I'm pasting this into my notes for June.
They are one of the, I feel like everything I say, it's like, this is one of the best things I've ever had. I feel like I'm starting with the top things. So yeah. We had also gotten the caramel butter bar at the caramel store there in the Germany pavilion.
What is that?
It was, so I had watched one of the, DFB Disney food blogs videos. AJ, if anybody watches her videos, they know all about AJ, and she goes around and.
Yeah, she got a great blog. I know.
But in one of the videos she talked recently, within the last few months, she was like, this is the number one thing to get in Epcot. She's like, I get this every single time I'm there. And I was like, okay, I've got to try this. Like, if she says it's the best thing. I tried it. It was just okay. I was not as impressed with it as she was making it out to be in her videos. So
is it a chocolate bar?
It's like very similar to a Blondie, but like there's no chocolate. It's caramel.
Okay. But
it's similar to like a Blondie and texture and things. And
a Blondie. It was
fun.
Okay.
Yeah. I like a Blondie, like a brownie that's like vanilla based rather than like chocolate based. Yeah. But in the caramel and
like a fudge.
Yeah. Bar. It was just, yeah. I think I just had my expectations too high.
Okay.
And I was like, it was just fine.
And this is in the regular German pavilion. You can get it anytime. Correct. It doesn't have to be a festival kind of thing, right?
Correct. You can get it at any time.
Did you? I don't know if you noticed. If you like now someone's got me into this. Is it caramel or caramel?
It's caramel. I live very close to a place called Carmel, Indiana. And in that, it is spelled Carmel. So there's not that second A. But just being a kid and growing up, like you just get so used to saying the word caramel. Like I know I don't pronounce it right.
It's caramel.
Yeah.
I'm glad to know. They're selling the caramel popcorn, the Werthers in Magic Kingdom. I saw.
Yes. Yeah.
Shout out to Daniel Ginger who eats it, buys me a bag all the time. So
there you go.
Magic Kingdom too. Nice. All right, let's go get some more.
But the last thing that we had in Epcot was we went to that new creperie restaurant in the France Pavilion.
Yes.
My least favorite sit-down meal. I remember somebody on your podcast talked about it a few months ago, and she said it was great. Oh, you did? Oh, you talked about it?
Me and Judy were there, and Ken.
Oh, I'm like, you guys talked about it then.
I mean, it could have been someone else too, but I know we did.
Yeah, I thought it was just okay.
Right.
Like, I think for as many other restaurants that there are in Epcot, and having been to many other restaurants in Epcot, I think there were other places I'd rather go to.
I think Judy's take on this is the savory one was whatever, and that we still really like the treats ones with, you know, berries and cream and that kind of thing. It's kind of a neat place, though. It's interesting that it's there, right?
Yeah, it's definitely, it's more quaint. It's not, you know, the same as you go and, you know, to other restaurants in Epcot. It was definitely like, I'm glad I went to try it, but I don't think we'll be going back in the future.
Yeah, I think maybe you're just as good getting a crepe out of the window with berries in it.
Exactly, rather than sitting down in the restaurant and meal of it.
If you're a real geek, you can try it out and let us know, right?
That's exactly right.
Not bad, but you know, you're not gonna get stuffed.
No. That's true. Like, if you don't want to eat a lot, that's probably a good place to go to.
Yeah, something light.
Yeah. At Hollywood Studios, we went to Sci-Fi. That was my first time going there.
Really? After being a kid?
Actually, I should say, my mom told me, because I was like, I have no memories of it. She said we went when I was very, very young.
Okay.
But I have no memories of it. So I guess my first time going, like, in terms of having any recollection of it. We got sat in the very front. That was really cool to like be right there up, get to
your head like snap back and watching the
exactly
drive-in theater.
I got the salmon burger, and it was really, really good. It was really, I was happy with it. And my husband got whatever their like burger of the day was, if they call it like a feature burger, and it had a pork belly on it, I think.
Oh, wow.
So, you know, it was like pork belly, and then it had bacon, and I think it has some other form of pork on it in addition to the actual burger. It was insane. He really enjoyed it. Oh, I did forget to mention, we met up with somebody that day, an old friend of mine, and she was there with us too at Hollywood Studios. So I think she just got a regular cheeseburger. Yeah.
Yeah, what'd you think of the scenery there at the Sci-Fi?
I really liked it. I think the only thing I don't like is that you can't really see your food very well. Like, I feel lights that are like shining down on your table, like from the, I don't know, wherever the dashboard is or something, you know, just something so you can actually see what you're eating.
Oh, it's really dark. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. But otherwise, I mean, it was good. I would go back there. I thought it was fun.
It's cute. I know. I've always loved drive-ins. I have a fondness when I was a kid. That was something I always enjoyed doing. There was quite a few of them when I was a kid, but
yeah.
I love the B movies, the sci-fi movies too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I think we get pretty good reviews on the food. I mean, for what? Yeah, I like that kind of food.
Yeah. We went to Docking Bay 7. I will say this was like our only quick service like meal. I mean, we went to other quick services to get snacks, but not like meals. It was fine. I was not like super impressed. I got the egg. The egg allergy friendly version of is it the tip-yip, just like the chicken, like they're basically like chicken tenders, but not.
Okay.
But instead of like giving you, it doesn't say what they're going to substitute in there. And I basically got that, you know, the chicken and then just white rice and broccoli. And like, that was just it. There was no seasonings. There was nothing on it. And I was just like,
what'd your husband get?
He got the tip-yip too, but he got, oh, maybe he didn't. Oh my gosh, what did he get?
Because I think there's some better options there.
I think there are too. I think he got something else, and I cannot remember what he got. I know my friend, she got the tip-yip, but like with the mac and cheese that it comes with, and she liked it just fine.
Because they have some, actually I was kind of impressed with, they have ribs that I thought were pretty good.
and I always forget the name of that. There's a beef there that's pretty
I think he might have got the beef option.
Okay.
He like, I'd rather go back to sci-fi. So I'm just like,
That's fair.
Just doing all the sit down, the table restaurants. But yeah,
what's kind of your favorite quick service in the parks?
Oh, I don't know if I have a favorite. I just have a lot of memories of going to Cosmic Rays because we used to go there all the time as kids. I know the food there isn't impressive, but I have so many fond memories of being a kid and sitting there and, just, what's the alien's name? I can't remember his name. But whatever his name is, I know, I can't remember his name, but just like sitting there and watching, like listening to the music and watching this fake this animatronic do his show and whatnot.
He's great. Yeah.
I enjoy that. I don't know if I have any like others. I'm like, oh my gosh, we always have to go to this place. We love this place. But I just have fond memories from there.
We have Columbia Harbor House on your list.
We did. We've been there actually quite a few times as a family. Like when I would go with my family, we specifically only went to get this shake called the Happy Haunts shake. When we were at the Magic Kingdom, we saw these people walking around with these shakes with donuts on top. And I was, where did you get these? And they're like, oh, Columbia Harbor House. I was like, okay. So that was one of the things we got that was the one thing we got after we went to California Grill. Later that day, we went and got that shake. And it was definitely splittable with the donut. Because there's just like this shake and then a donut. It was like it's like a blackberry flavored shake and then a chocolate donut with, I don't know what type of icing on it, but it was really good.
Is that the only flavor they have? I mean, I'm more of a vanilla guy, but Disney might have another shake that has a donut on top somewhere else. Of course they do, right? I'm putting that on my list too. That sounds like a winner. I would love to. It
was really good.
Get a picture of that thing. That thing's cool.
We enjoyed that. And then I think the last thing was, this is a must do, like every time I go to the Magic Kingdom, is Crystal Palace. That's like my nostalgic restaurant. We have pictures of us like being like little, babies, toddlers, kids, even adults. Pictures of us in this restaurant, me and my sisters in this restaurant. Obviously, Pooh and his friends were not there this time, but it was just so neat to be there. But they like, that is a good, like what they have, the food they have right now is way better than the last time I went. Like they have, is it it's prime rib that they sit there and they carve, and then, just shrimp cocktail galore, just like all the, if you know how to do it right, you can really make your money's worth there too. I think I did eat chicken, seafood, pork, and beef, like all in the same meal. So it was, I got a lot of protein in that meal, so it was good.
And was it a buffet when you were there?
It was a buffet when we went.
Yeah.
We really enjoyed it, and I, of course, would go back. But like the food has improved so much that I would go back for the food too if it stays that quality.
Yep, it's one of Margita's favorites. Also, I think it's on our list for June. And
good.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're explaining exactly the way I've heard it from others. We've had some complaints in the past, but we've always been really happy with it. I can hear Judy's voice in my head. She really has enjoyed it too the last few times. So
yeah,
fantastic. Now, you guys were just adults. Any lounges? We talk about the lounges on this podcast.
Yeah, so we went to Oga's Cantina.
Okay.
Yeah, that was fun to go to. It was just like the atmosphere was really neat. I got a couple of drinks. My husband got that beer flight that is almost $100, and I couldn't believe myself. He gets you got it too.
It's over here to my right. I just pulled out one of it's well made.
He really wanted that set of cups with the
Rancor teeth.
Yes, thank you. He really wanted that. So he got that. He was satisfied. I got one of the, oh my gosh, I didn't write down what the name of it was. I got one of the non-alcoholic drinks. It's one of the ones that's like made with Powerade and it has black cherries in it. It was good. I like kind of wish I was trying to start off slow, but I just wish I had gone for it right from the beginning. But I was talking to my friend Kelly at that time, and because she was there with us, and my husband, I was like, man, I really want the Yum Nub, but it's like $40. Like, I don't want to pay for the souvenir cup. I just want to try the drink. Mm-hmm. And the bartenders overheard me saying that to them, and they were like, we can just charge you like the equivalent of what some of the other drinks are. So it was either like $16 or $17, and they just told me, it's weird because they still served it to me in the mug, but they said as long as you don't take it with you, they aren't charge you the $40 for it. So,
well, like for your husband, they give you all boxed up, right? They give you a brand new one.
Yes, correct. Yeah. So he gave, that's true. That's probably what they would have done. Yeah. So they just didn't bring me out the box with the cup in it.
Right. They do the same thing over at Trader Sam's.
Oh, okay.
You don't actually take the one you drank out of.
Of course. Yeah. So anyways, so I was able to get that, and I really, really enjoyed that drink. It is a large drink. At least it is. That was good.
How's the charcuterie board?
Yeah, we didn't really like it.
How come you didn't like the charcuterie board?
Like no cheese on it. There was very little cheese, and so like you have like just very tiny amounts of cheese, and like the smoked meats were okay. Like there was a few meats on there, and those were good, but there was a lot of stuff that I guess it was edible, but we didn't want to eat. Like they had like steamed green onions, but like the whole thing, like attached to like you still like the root on it. So it was like these long stems, like 12-foot stems of like steamed green onions, and we're like, are we supposed to eat these? Like we were supposed to.
Are you saying it was unidentifiable food on this charcuterie board?
Yes, there was, and we weren't sure. But then there was like pork rinds on it, and none of us liked pork rinds. So it was just like, it was more of the experience of getting it. I don't think I would get it again. I probably wouldn't recommend, like, for as much money as you're paying for it, I probably wouldn't recommend it to your average Joe. But, if somebody wants to go all out and get it.
It's more fun than it is your favorite charcuterie boards on property. I get it.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So, for the parks, that's all we did. We did go to the lounge there on StarCruiser, but we can talk about that when
we're going to get to that soon. So you've been many times, but did you have some first-time experiences?
Yes, we did. So just a lot of things. Slinky Dog Dash, Minnie's Mickey's Runaway Railway, Rise of the Resistance, Remy. I saw the Voices of Liberty for the first time.
Yeah, of all of those, I wanted to get your opinion on the Voices of Liberty.
We didn't stay for the whole thing. We only stayed for about 10 minutes, but like we just happened in there. I told my husband, I was like, I've never been inside the American Pavilion because my parents always said, you're already learning U.S. history in school, so we don't need to go in here and take our time. So I had never been in there. And so as we were walking in, they were like the director of the group was like starting to announce, like, they were introducing themselves. And I was like, let's stay and listen. And they opened up with a medley from all the music from Princess and the Frog. And I just like died because I love that movie. Tiana's my favorite princess, and I was impressed. The medley was really well, I think, arranged, and they sounded great in that space. That space is really nice for vocals. So they had a nice space to sing in, and everybody that sang did a great job. My husband and I are both in music, and we thought they did great. So,
I'm glad. Yes, and my daughter loves singing too. Same thing.
I heard that on the podcast that she loves Broadway.
Yeah, well, we went to some Broadway shows 2 weekends ago. For sure.
Really?
Yeah, we had a great time. But what made me think of this, and this is the part I miss from World Showcase, but you capture a little bit of that magic where you just walk in somewhere and something's going on that you don't expect. And exactly. I love the entertainment in World Showcase. It's kind of making its way back. You know, I really like to see them get that strong back.
Yeah, I hope so too. It was really fun. Yeah, we enjoyed that.
Those unscripted moments are the best, we always say.
They really are, you know, the ones that you're not planning for, and then they just happen. And
for sure.
Yeah, just it's exciting.
So of the new attractions, let's rank them. Which are your favorites?
I really like Slinky. I mean, I just really like roller coasters. I was kind of bummed on this trip we didn't go to Universal, but because I just love roller coasters. But I really enjoyed that. Rise of the Resistance in the context of doing the StarCruiser is really cool.
Oh, yeah. Are you big Star Wars geeks?
I would say so. My husband like lives and breathes Star Wars. Like that is like his everything that takes up his mental energies outside of work and taking care of our daughter revolves around Star Wars.
Wow, that's a strong statement.
It really was. Like that's why we had to do StarCruiser right when it opened. Like as soon as he was available, we went.
Cool.
I grew up watching Star Wars. I really enjoy Star Wars. I can't say I live and breathe Star Wars like my husband, but I do enjoy like rewatching movies and discussing things from, you know, just taking part in Star Wars things. We've been to Star Wars Celebration before, and that's fun. Yeah, so we enjoy it.
This is his first time in the whole Star Wars Galaxy. Wow. What do you think?
It's really immersive. It is really, really cool. There were a lot of people. Like I'm not complaining because we knew what time of year we were going. We weren't naive going over spring break, not knowing, you know, like we knew there would be lots of people there. So I would say like that kind of takes away from it. You know, with the amount of people in that land, it'd be cool to be able to go in there with very few people or no people at all, just to like really feel that, you know, like immersion. But I thought it was really neat. They built those, you know, everything really tall so that like you can't see anywhere else in the park. And I think that was really smart on the part. You really feel like you're in that environment, you know, in that.
Did you do the Millennium Falcon too?
Yeah, we did. Okay. Yeah. Oh, that was fun. So we did the single rider line that day. We were at Hollywood Studios because we knew we were going to have the lightning lanes when we went on Galactic StarCruiser.
Yeah.
We only waited 8 minutes. So if you're okay with doing single rider, I totally I'm all single rider because you have like no wait. But I ended up with this family, and this 10-year-old girl was one of the pilots with her dad. It was an interesting ride, but I had so much fun because this family got so into it. My husband ended up with this group of people that like, bless their hearts, they didn't speak English and they didn't understand the premise of the ride. So the people up front were piloting. They were just like filming with their phones. They just had their phones up. And so they were like crashing into everything. My husband's sitting there in the back because he's an engineer, obviously. And he and the other guy, there was another single rider he got put with. And they were both sitting there doing both the gunner and the engineer. And so like waiting for
that is the weirdest Smuggler's Run ride I've ever heard of.
I felt really bad for him. He said it happened. He went to Disneyland in 2019 when it first opened up and did it there. And he said the same thing happened to him there when he went in the single rider line at Disneyland. So he was just like so fed up. He's like, I can't wait until I can actually be a pilot on this thing because people like I don't know, he's ended up multiple times on the ride where like the people that he's with don't understand the ride and like it just ended up like crap to everything.
I had the opposite experience. I did the single rider. I was with my friend John last October, and he went in the one ahead of me and I was behind, but I got in with these like 16, 17-year-old kids that were totally into it, trying to beat a record. Like they were. Cool. It was so fantastic. I was like, we were high-fiving when we got off. They beat their record. It was fantastic.
That's amazing. That's really
exact opposite experience.
Yeah, you don't know who you're going to end up with on that ride. You know, you're taking a chance, but you're doing single ride. I told him, like, we can go and do it again and take a chance on, you know, having good people to be with. And he was like, no, I'm not doing that.
All right. Well, let's talk about Genie Plus. Tell me your experience. Did it work out for you? What's your opinion of it?
it was like hit and miss depending on the day and the park. I think both the Magic Kingdom day and then the day that we did both Animal Kingdom and Epcot the same day, it worked out really, really well.
Okay.
The day we did it for Hollywood Studios, it was just a mess. In that it wasn't a mess. It was just like, there's so many, I think right now the advice everyone is giving is like, get Genie Plus for the days you're doing Hollywood Studios and Magic Kingdom. But the problem is there's only so many people, or there's only so many time slots for rides, and there's so many rides on those days that there's just so many rides in period that there's more people. Like when you're there on a high crowd level day, there's a lot of people also competing for those times. And so my strategy originally going in was to not stack. I didn't want to stack lightning lanes. I just wanted to keep booking them as fast as possible. So my strategy was to not get Slinky Dog Dash and to rope drop that, and then to just get one of the earliest available lightning lanes and then tap in, and then get another one and tap in, because then you don't have to wait that 120 minutes, if that makes sense. I don't know if you understand. I don't know if you're familiar with the rules and how it all works. Yeah, that was my strategy. But just how Hollywood Studios was set up, I wasn't able to do that. Like, we just had to keep booking later because all the available time slots earlier in the day.
When you say just tap in, you can look and see if there's a lightning lane available and go run over there and do it.
Yeah. So if you as soon as you tap into a lightning lane that you most recently booked, you can then book another one.
Yeah.
But so let's say I make a lightning lane for 9 o'clock in the morning, which most people aren't able to do because that's when standard time when park opens. But if you get that time, you go and you tap into your lightning lane right at 9 o'clock, you can immediately book another one.
Right.
And then if you then go immediately into that second lightning lane before a 2-hour period has elapsed, then you can book another lightning lane. However, if you book a lightning lane, but it's not for later in the day. So let's say I book Star Tours for some random reason first thing in the morning. I don't know why anyone would do that, but you book Star Tours and it's for 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and then you wait that 120 minutes from when the park opens. So the 120-minute mark starts at the official park open time.
Okay.
So then say the park opens at 9 o'clock and you book a second lightning lane at 11 o'clock for Rock and Roller Coaster or whatever. Once you get to go and tap into that Star Tours lightning lane that's later in the day, you cannot rebook a lightning lane as soon as you tap in. This is I feel like the whole system is very complex.
Yeah.
I feel Disney needs to make it more user friendly. It's a really complicated system. But for example, on our Magic Kingdom day, we had booked Peter Pan and we went and tapped into Peter Pan. And as soon as we had tapped into that at 10:15, we were able to make another one, which was great. So we made one for Splash Mountain, which was at 2 o'clock later that day. And so when we booked that second lightning lane for Splash Mountain, it was 10:20. So we waited until 12:20 to book another lightning lane. And I was we were just finishing up at Crystal Palace, and I was we got the Little Mermaid, and so we went to Under the Sea and we tapped into it. And since that was the one we most recently booked, we had just booked it and tapped in, we could then book another one. But then when we went to Splash Mountain directly after that, we could not book another lightning lane after you tap in. I had to wait that 2-hour period.
2 more hours.
Yeah. And we had booked the lightning lane after the Little Mermaid or Under the Sea, whatever it's called.
2 hours is a little bit long when you're not in the park.
It does feel when you're not in the park, but when you're in the park
for a long time.
Just quickly. I felt because I would set that timer everybody recommends to do, and I'd be oh my gosh, it's already...
Time goes by fast, but I guess what I'm thinking is you can only get 3 or 4 rides.
That's right. Yeah, so that's what happened on our Hollywood Studios day. We only got 4 rides total in Hollywood Studios. And I think we got Rock and Roller Coaster.
But you can ride other stuff, but just get in line, get regular wait in line, right? Yeah.
So we did Midway, Toy Story, the Midway one, Rock and Roller Coaster. I think we did Star Tours, and then there was one, Minnie and Mickey's Runaway Railway. But like it was just a mess. I will say it was kind of weird in terms of one of the so Rock and Roller Coaster broke down, but it broke down like 30 minutes before our Lightning Lane hour was supposed to open up. So we had one for like 2:30 for Rock and Roller Coaster, and it broke down at 2:00. But we ended up getting an all day like fast pass return. Or sorry, not fast pass, Lightning Lane. It was one of those ones like multiple experiences pass. You can come back at any time to ride this ride or any of the rides on the list that it says. But it was weird because it didn't break down in the period of time that our Lightning Lane was for. So we couldn't figure out at what point did they decide to give, people that multiple experiences pass. Like, I don't know how that
sounds
works.
Kind of random.
It happened with my Rise of the Resistance. So we got individual Lightning Lanes for all the rides that you can get those for too. So we had an individual Lightning Lane for Rise of the Resistance. And it was really weird because it had broken down earlier in the day, and I ended up getting a multiple experiences pass to come back at any time, even though it wasn't until like 5:45. But I got it at like, it was like around the same time, like 2:00. And it was like, here, you can come ride this ride at any time. But my friend Kelly and my husband Thomas didn't get that, even though we were all together to ride this ride at the same time. Anyways, but it's weird how, like, if the rides break down, how they'll randomly give you that pass to come back at any time versus. Yeah,
maybe they just know they're having a hard time keeping it up and running. So
I know. Oh my gosh, Rise of the Resistance is those. Well, I will say those Minnie and Mickey's and Remy. That ride system is really cool, but I understand why it breaks down so frequently, and I am kind of nervous about Disney making more of those rides just because of the they do break down a lot. Those 3 rides break down a lot, and there's a lot of technology that I realize goes into it, but like if one thing doesn't work, they shut down the entire ride, and so it's
all timing probably too.
Yeah. Anyways.
All right, would you do it again? The Genie?
I would yes, I would. Just in general, I think I ended up getting an email from Disney with a survey for like that Hollywood Studios Day in particular. So I know that every day we went, every park was completely booked for park reservations. But I got this like survey that I started, and I had spent 30 minutes on it, and I was only like a third of the way through it. And I was just like, Disney was asking all these questions about like the crowd levels and just the whole experience in general. Like, were you able to like could you maneuver like in the pathways and all this stuff? So I think they knew that Hollywood Studios Day was overkill. So my guess is I just went on a day that it was really bad. But Magic Kingdom and the Epcot Animal Kingdom Day, like I would only do that for Epcot and Animal Kingdom if you're planning to do a park hopping day. I don't think I would do it if I was only going to one of those parks in a day.
Yep, not enough rides there to justify it.
Yeah, but since we park hopped those 2 parks, it made it worth it. We don't like waiting in line. I mean, I'm okay more so than my husband. My husband hates waiting in lines. He thinks the Express Pass at Universal is one of the best things ever. I think Disney needs some form of that rather than this system that they have in place. But anyways,
hopefully they'll.
I would do it again. Yeah,
figure it out. They keep trying to improve on things, but we'll see.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about some of the fun, interesting stories, unexpected moments, pixie dust, anything that you.
I'll go in chronological order for myself. That day we went to Epcot. I hadn't been on Test Track in 5 years, and my family always ends up doing the single rider line for that. And so my husband and I did the single rider line, and I was pleasantly surprised to see now that they have a modified version of getting to design a car in the single rider line, because they never used to have that. That was like the part that was missing for this newer form of test track.
Yes.
I will say I like the original test track better than this one, but that is part of the fun of riding test track, is like you get to design your car, but in the past, if you rode in the single rider line, you didn't get to design a car, but now you can.
All right. Very good. Yeah, it's funny how people, we talked about Soren, the before and after. Yeah, you like the test track better, the old test track.
I do. It made more, I don't know, it was just more involved. Like I don't know if I'm sure you remember it, but like going through those different rooms where it's super hot and super cold. I feel like, I don't know. I guess this makes more sense in terms of like, you're like a test dummy. Like that's how this newer version is to me. It's like, you are the test dummy, and that's what it's taking you through, all these like different things they would put a test dummy through. But I thought the other one was just a better experience. Like it was just more fun for me.
So you had a problem at Art of Animation with your room?
Yeah. Oh
what happened?
So Art of Animation was the last day that we were there. So we were checking, we were leaving StarCruiser to go to Art of Animation, and I had put, like you put your check-in time, and I put it down for like 8:30 in the morning, knowing that we wouldn't get a room. That's fine. Like I would not expect to get a room at 8:30 in the morning, and we just go leave our bags at the luggage assistance place. But I was pleasantly surprised to get a text at 6:30 in the morning from Disney saying our room was ready, and like our room number and everything. I was like, hot dog, Disney, this is great. Like
that's unusual.
Yeah, so like we got our, the taxi that Disney, pays for to take us there, and we got there, and we get up to this room, and there's one of the carts that one of the lady, like somebody was going to clean. It was right outside the room. We were like, that's a little odd, but they said our room's ready, so no worries. They're probably just cleaning a different room. So my husband taps the band, opens the door, and there are people in the room sleeping. Like the previous are still in there, and my husband just backs out of the room, and we hear the door click, and like the people inside just like lock the deadbolt on the door. And then it was so weird, because then this cleaning lady, this cast member comes, and she's like, what's going on? I was like, there's people in there. She's like, oh, I was just about to clean this room. And so the cleaning lady thinks these people have already checked out. And so she keeps knocking on the door, and the people won't answer. I feel so bad for them. I felt, because they were like, they had until like 11 to check out, and it was like 9:30. We were just like, and the cleaning, she's like, I'm here to clean your room. And they're like, so they finally opened the door after like a few minutes of the cast member trying to get them to open the door, because we're all trying to figure out what's going on. And they're like, we have this room until 11. And my husband and I were like, we ended up just going back to the front desk. Like, what else are we going to do?
What did the front desk have to say?
So yeah, this is really weird.
How do you explain that? Like, I mean, I've had rooms that I've heard of people going into the room and it's like not clean or something's wrong with the room, right?
Yeah.
Never heard someone being in the room.
Yeah, that was the craziest thing, because our magic band opened the door. It's not like magic band didn't, like the magic band opened the door. And so, oh my gosh, I felt so bad for those people after I found out what happened. So anyways, we go down there, and Disney,
embarrassing.
I said to my husband, this is really bad on Disney's part. Like, if you heard about that happening at any other hotel, like you would, and it was in the news or something, like it would just be like such bad. It'd be so bad for whatever that.
I'm so glad they were decent or sleeping or something, right?
I know. Well,
who knows what you could have walked in on?
Anyways, I felt so bad for them. But anyways, so we would go down to the front desk, and I don't know if you've been to Disney since they probably started doing this. The cast member comes and meets you at the line, which I think is like,
hey, how are you?
Yes, they come up and they're like, hi, how can I assist you today? Or no, they asked me how I was doing. And I was like, well, I could be better. And so she's like, I was telling this lady, like, the story, this cast member, the story. And she was like,
she's been horrified.
Well, she just like kind of looked at me like dumbfounded. She's like really confused. And she's like, well, what room number are you in? And I gave her the room number, and she's like, well, yeah, I have you down as being there last night and then tonight as well. And I was like, no, we're only booked here for one night, and that's tonight. And she was like, well, the reservation's under Thomas Russell, right? That's my husband's name.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, yeah. And she's like, so you're Tanya, right? And I was like, no. And so what ended up happening, there were 2 Thomas Russells booked for the same room for the same night. Or so what, I don't know if Disney, if there's an actual cast member who assigns the rooms, or if there's this automatic, like there's a computer system that goes in and assigns the rooms. But basically what happened is there were 2 Thomas Russells, and whatever person or computer thought they were the same reservation.
Wow.
Got linked to the same room, even though they were separate reservations.
By name.
Yeah. So by name. Yeah. So we now know that the other man in that room was Thomas Russell. So,
wow.
Anyways, so she when she realized, I mean, she like deer in a headlights look, because then when it clicked with her, she realized what happened, and she was like, I'm sure she was thinking many expletives to herself.
Yeah, right. How
But
could we mess that up? So this means, Laura, if Curtis Stone, the famous Australian chef, is in the same resort the same week as me,
yeah.
I might walk in, or he might walk in on me.
He might.
All
He
right.
could. I mean, this is definitely something Disney has to figure out.
Good to know.
We knew that Art of Animation was fully booked. I had anticipated they would upgrade us, but they were completely booked, and because it was a Run Disney weekend. So,
wow, what'd they do for your troubles?
yeah, they gave us a $100 credit to our account, which we had already paid because it was only a one-night stay, and you have to pay the first night's worth of, your rate. So she recommended that we put it towards our California Grill reservation for later that night. And so we basically, half of our bill at California Grill was covered. So it was nice. We could have ended up coming back with nothing, but Disney definitely needed to do something to, because that was it was really bad. Like,
that's bizarre.
After we were out of the situation and I had time to reflect on it, I was like, that is really, really not good for like any type of hotel. Like, if like that is just, it's really bad. So
of all the things you could screw up, that one's got to top the list.
Yeah, that one was not great. So
8 years of doing the podcast, I've never heard that story before. Unbelievable. Let's go from that to the Galactic StarCruiser.
Okay.
Thomas Russell gets his chance.
Yes, he does.
To fly into space.
Oh, man.
Before he interrupts Thomas Russell sleeping in his Art of Animation room. Oh, my gosh. Let's go. You did good notes here. Tell me let's talk about the food.
Oh, my gosh. I need to look at pictures. It was really great. So, you start off with going to lunch, like a lunch buffet there. I will say my arrival was not the same as Wendy's. It was not as bad.
Okay. Did you know going in that you wouldn't have, you got to be there for like 1:00? Is that what it is?
Yeah. And that's when Disney had us arrive, because there was a whole, oh my gosh, Kurt, it was just like, Disney did not know what they were doing with these arrivals. Like, no one at any of the resorts knows. I called Galactic StarCruiser going into this, and everyone was like, oh, we assume that like the transportation and the bag transfers work the same. Like, you take your bags to Bellhop and they'll just deliver. It does not work the same.
We found that. We've talked about that, right?
The only people that know what's going on are the managers. Like, somebody I was talking to at Pop when they were calling for the taxi to take us there, she was like, how many nights are you staying at Galactic StarCruiser?
Wow.
They don't even know what the experience is. When I was talking to somebody at Luggage Assistance at Pop, The guy thought I was going on a cruise. He's like, so are you going to Miami or Port Canaveral? Like, where? He had no idea what Galactic StarCruiser even was. And
isn't that scary?
Yeah, well, Disney needs to educate their cast members. Like, they have this thing, you know, like they just need to know, like, the things that they need to know to do their jobs.
You know, this is really important for this particular experience, but I've found that sometimes they'll make up stories, cast members. Like, I can remember, like, something, this is really small, but just be careful when a cast member says something to you and you're not, like, ask somebody else to confirm.
Yes. No, it's so true.
I mean, there was a simple thing, like, we were looking for the Halloween mugs, and they my wife was told, hey, when you go down this particular time, they're going to have this, you know, new resort mug when you get your drink mugs for the station. And they didn't have them. And one of the cast members says, I think they have them in the parks. We're like going,
why would they have a resort mug in the park? Yeah.
Like, what? We're like, thanks.
People just need to be able to, like, to be educated on all the things that revolve around their job. You know, like, they don't have to know every single thing that happens at Disney, but
we shouldn't, as guests, know more about the parks than the cast members.
Anyways, but we got there and we did not wait as long to get in. I mean, we got there at 12:45 was when I think we arrived. And I think we were in and eating lunch by like 1:45. So it wasn't nearly as bad as I think Wendy's situation was.
Good to know.
Lunch was really good. They're really good. It's kind of like cafeteria style, and Wendy described it really well. Oh, I tried the salmon. They had some really good salmon there. And then this like vegetable salad. They also had tip-yip and mac and cheese, in case anyone is curious. And this interesting version of a peanut butter and jelly that's like in a, like, it's almost like a roll, like a dinner roll, but like there's peanut butter and jelly, like it's, I don't know, think like
peanut butter and jelly sandwich disguised as a roll.
Yeah, it really is. Like they do a good job describing everything so that you get the gist of what it is. The salmon was really good. That I wish I had gone back and got another one of those. That night at dinner, oh my gosh. I think Wendy said she liked the second night dinner better. I liked the first night better. I really enjoyed that first night. We were very surprised when we learned that they give you everything on the menu. It's not like you have to choose like one appetizer, one entree, one dessert or whatever. They literally bring you everything. And so we were surprised when we were obviously just two people, and then a couple tables down there was a table of four. We were getting the same portion sizes as the table for four, and so we had like a ton of food. I know Wendy said she like got, like, if they wanted more, they could ask for more, but we were never in this situation where we were like, we need more. I mean, I'm sure we could have, but
sounds like Disney.
A lot of food. It was a lot of food for the two of us.
You feel a little bit guilty because you can't eat all this food. Well,
it's a lot. But the beef, the filet they had that night, oh my gosh, it was so good. And then they had this shrimp dish. Oh, I'm looking at pictures and salivating. Yeah. So good.
I'm getting hungry. Thanks a lot.
Okay. But I basically did a lot of like beef and seafood this trip. But I really enjoyed it. They add like colorings and things to foods to make it look
out of this world.
Like they colored the rice. Like they had this rice that came out and it was green, but it wasn't like pesto or anything. They had to put some kind of dye in it. So the rice, like it's just white rice, but it's like green, so it just looks weird. But that's what they did with a lot of food. But I will say the presentation was phenomenal. And then Gaia, she is amazing. She was wonderful. She's the night show that she's an entertainer that they have that first dinner. and oh my gosh, she is
a singer.
Yeah, the singer. Yeah, she's phenomenal. My husband and I were just really impressed with all the music that was written for this. We're both in music, and we just know the amount of time and thought that goes into
all original
composition. Yes, all original. And like there were probably like 6 songs, like 6.
That's cool.
It was just, she sang well, like everything was really well done with that show. We were very impressed. I didn't really know what kind of expectation to go in with this, because like no one really knew unless you watched like all the media event video, all those YouTubers that went in for the media events ahead of time. But I tried to stay away from those, so I had like no expectations going into it, and it was amazing.
I love this comment though. I love a good talented performer.
Yeah. Oh, and she was spectacular. Like they did a really good job casting the actor for this experience.
We shouldn't be surprised, but it's still a nice surprise, isn't it?
Yeah. Again, I didn't know what to expect, and very impressed.
So Laura, she was no Sunny Eclipse though.
Oh, Sunny Eclipse, that's his name. Thank you for looking that up.
You like how I slipped that in?
Thank you. Yeah. I don't think we can put them on the same. We just can't.
They're both out of this world.
They are both out of this world. Just can't be. But
the food was a little bit better than Cosmic Rays. I'm guessing.
Yeah, this was also like, I wish I could go back and eat this all again.
You say here the desserts were amazing too.
Yes. So whoever the pastry chef, she introduced herself on that second night, because they have all the chefs come and introduce their courses. Lunch and dinner, the desserts are both really, really good. Like they use a lot of passion fruit. I noticed there was like passion fruit in almost every dessert. I didn't know what to expect from that, but everything that they made was amazing. And I know you had asked Wendy, like, what was your favorite thing that you ate, like that whole trip? And I have to agree with her that chocolate cake thing that they have on that second night, easily the best thing I ate that entire experience. It was so good.
So everyone, look for the chocolate cake thing. That is fantastic on the StarCruiser.
Yeah, the chocolate. It was really good.
Fantastic. Any good drinks?
Yeah, so I only tried one, but we got it twice. It's called the Cloud of Bespin, and it was that lemon drink that Wendy kept talking about. It has rum, lemon, like some lemon flavor, some almond flavor, passion fruit. And then they have this like lemon flavored foam that they like swirl on top of it. It was really, really good. The second one we got, it was the second day, and it was the second time I was having this drink, and somebody came over and asked me if I wanted another one. I was like, no, it was a pretty heavy pour. I was like, I'll be good with just this one. My husband got beers those nights that we were there, and he enjoyed those. I'm not a beer connoisseur. Much about beer and can't speak to it, but he enjoyed them.
I think my wife would like that drink. She likes her lemon drops, so
it was really good.
Sounds good. All right, so they're doing a show here, right? And they're playing a game. Did you get into? I'm sure you got into the whole deal. Did you guys get dressed up?
We did. We did.
What did you dress as?
My inspiration. I don't know if you've seen all the movies and you're familiar with all of the planets. I probably would have mentioned this, but in episode 8, when Rose and Finn go to Canto Bite, they're like in this canteen, not a cantina, but in that club. And so I was very inspired by all of the dresses and things from there. So I bought a Vogue pack. My mom's a professional seamstress, so I grew up sewing.
Oh wow!
So I'm not nearly as good as my mom, but I made one of my dresses. I made myself. I'll have to see if I can find a picture and show you.
Definitely email me some pictures.
Yeah. But I made my own dress, and I actually got compliments from the cast members, the people from passenger services.
Casting.
Yeah. So people were like, it fits. They were like, it's not like a specific character. It wasn't like anyone specific, like Rey or, the
Right.
costume they were like, it fit in with the Star Wars universe. And then I had a Rey inspired dress for the second day. And my husband, several years ago, my husband asked my mom to make him a Jedi, outfit, costume. And so he wore, like, that was several years ago. So he wore that both days.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, it was fun.
So you guys, like we were saying, if you don't have anyone holding you back, you can really do all of the challenges, right? Is that what they call them?
Yeah, the missions. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, we definitely dive right into it. I felt like I thought it got started a little slow, but then I realized why, because the people who are like the actors who are doing this story, if you're really aware of what's going on around you, they don't come in until around 3 or 4 o'clock because they're there until like 11 o'clock. So I figure if they're working like 8-hour shifts,
Second shift.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is. I when we initially got there, I was like, there's nothing happening. Like, I thought we were supposed to be starting this right now. So I was kind of like, those first few hours, I was kind of like, what are we doing? There needs to be stuff going on. But once those actors come in, I would say once you get done with dinner on that first day, it really just goes. The story gets started. I will say, so Wendy, they were still giving out like iPhones that to use as your data pad. When I was there, they weren't doing that anymore. You have to use your own phones, and you have to have the Play Disney app on your phone and have it linked to like your reservation and stuff.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Like, we had gotten emails ahead of time from Disney to set this up, so it was already set up on our phones and ready to go when we got there. But yeah, there are like these little computery things that are placed all random. I shouldn't say randomly, but there are several of these computers that are placed around the StarCruiser, and you can tap into them with your band. And there's certain ways that gets the story started for you based on where, like, what kind of rooms you're trying to get into or what computers you're trying to tap into. And you communicate with the actors on this data pad. I went into this experience wanting to do like a very like smuggler type of experience. I was, again, very inspired by Canto Bight, and like Canto Bight, those people are doing business. And so they'll do business both with the Resistance and the First Order based on like,
if they can make a buck.
Yeah. How much money are you going to offer?
It's all business.
I went into that, and there were a few options. Like, there were a few questions that offered an answer in that kind of way, but I wish there was more in that direction. It was very much either First Order or Resistance questions. And so it got to the point where I kind of had to choose, and my husband was doing the Resistance side, and I'm glad we did, because I think there's just more missions if you choose to go Resistance than there is First Order. I did run into a boy on the second day who was trying to barter with me on doing a job for so many credits for the First Order, but it was, from what I was able to gather, I don't think there were as many missions for the people who were like pro First Order than there were pro Resistance. Okay. Yeah. So I ended up becoming more of the Resistance side just because there was like a lack of opportunities to do the smuggler thing.
you changed your allegiance midway.
I did. I was trying to not have any allegiance. I was just trying to make credits. Like, there just wasn't opportunities for that. I wish that is something I wish Disney would do, is to have more side stories going on. There's just this big overarching storyline, and I think it would be cool to have like more like small side stories to kind of go down. There was opportunities to help out the manager, Gaia's manager, in some way, and that was kind of like the smuggler thing, but it really ended up not being important. It ended up being more linked to the Resistance than anything. It wasn't like I wish it was like its own storyline.
I gotcha. How did they tie in the Batu and the Galaxy's Edge land? So we had missions
from that first night. And unless you want me to spoil it, I can't really like go into much.
Wendy didn't want to spoil anything. I don't care.
Okay.
Let's let the listeners decide.
Okay, listeners might need to like fast forward or whatever they want to do. So you get these missions of like gathering certain items for either the resistance or I'm assuming the First Order. I didn't go that path, so I don't know. But like we were talking with the Saja, who was like the lightsaber instructor person, and I had some messages from what's his name? Wraith. I think his name is Wraith, which is Gaia's manager, to like go and gather this stuff. You go and you scan into, you have to find these QR codes that if you start paying attention, like if you go to Galaxy's Edge, you'll see there's like QR codes just randomly like on boxes and things around the land.
Right.
And so you have to go in and you scan these QR codes and you gather like, I can't remember, at some point you're trying to get coaxium, and we're working on trying to get coaxium back. If you're not familiar, coaxium is like the material that helps power like hyperdrives for ships.
Okay.
For the starship. So it's like, we need this coaxium and we're trying to steal it back, or I can't remember the exact. My husband would remember this all like word for word, and he would probably cringe because I'm not telling this exactly as it went down.
Tell him not to listen to this episode of the podcast.
He's not planning to. He listens to so many Star Wars podcasts that he'd just be like, Laura, you're not telling us right. I told him he could come on with me if he wanted to tell us, but he doesn't want to. So
okay.
That's his choice. But so the resistance is trying to get this coaxium. And so if you're paying attention in Smuggler's Run, that's actually something you're doing. You're delivering coaxium, or you're trying to get coaxium back to the resistance. And so that they link it to Smuggler's Run in that way. I don't know how they would do that if you're like going the First Order route. I don't know how they would link that to the story. But then the Rise of the Resistance, Kylo Ren ends up, making an appearance in the end of the StarCruiser, and just how he comes about in the Rise of the Resistance. Just like, I don't know how to explain it, but it just works out perfectly for what's going on.
There must be a couple of different storylines going on too, right? Everyone's having different experiences.
Yeah. So everybody's doing their own thing. And that's kind of what's interesting is my husband and I, because anytime I could do that smugglers option, like for answering questions, because of that, I was getting slightly different missions from my husband. We actually had several different things we were doing around the land in terms of like going and scanning these QR codes. There were sometimes you just had to go and stand in this space, and like you basically had to play these games on your phone, and like this, you had to be like geographically in a certain spot in the land, and like then you all of a sudden access to this extra information. So basically there was a lot of gathering information and gathering like materials to then bring back to the ship.
And then you could ride the rides too.
Yeah, and then we got lightning lane rides. Yeah, that was our goal when we got there, was to ride Rise of the Resistance first before it broke down. And it was fun. At 9:00 in the morning, it was broken down. Oh, so we went and rode Smuggler's Run and did some other things, and then went back, and it was open. So yeah, we knew that was going to happen, but I was saying to my husband, I was like, what if you were waiting until the very end to ride Rise of the Resistance, and then it's like broken down for 2 hours, you're just sitting there waiting. But our goal was to be back in time to do the droid racing, and that was at like 1:00, I think. So I think left around like 12:30 or so to get back in time for that.
Well, what do you think was? What was your favorite parts of this experience, and was there anything you think they could improve?
Yeah, my favorite thing was bridge ops. I thought that was really cool. So they have the bridge, and like you get to pilot the plane or protect the plane. Oh my gosh. The ship. You're protecting the ship. This is why my husband won't listen to this, because he's going to just like cringe.
I know what you meant. It's okay.
I'm sure there's listeners right now who are cringing. But you're piloting the ship or protecting the ship in some way, like by doing these I don't want to call them games, but like all of these little
Controls.
things, controls. There in the bridge, and it was really cool. So we ended up, based on how we answered our questions, we ended up getting like this exclusive access to this special bridge ops event that was like very late on the second day. Like it was right before the finale of everything, and we helped save Chewbacca and like all this stuff. But like only about a quarter of the people that were in StarCruiser, I would say, actually got access to. But I'm sure there were other opportunity. I'm sure there were other things going on at that time that other people were doing that we weren't doing. But I thought that was something very clever that they did, that Disney did, to make it feel like you were like getting exclusive access to something, even though you may not. But it just felt like you were special because it was like,
oh, that's good. Yeah,
all of people doing things.
Very cool.
But yeah, I won Sector Set, so that was also really fun. Sector Set is like bingo.
Oh, the game? Oh, okay. Yes.
I got this medallion, since not everybody, only a handful of people are winning Sector Set out of the hundreds of people that are there. I felt like very exclusive, not exclusive, but very special getting the...
Yeah, that's a nice souvenir.
Yeah, medallion. Yeah,
fantastic.
it was really...
Fantastic experience. I love winning.
It was just more unexpected than anything.
For sure.
Fun.
All right. Yeah. Anything they can improve, you think?
It was more just about like little things like in the room. I didn't put this on my notes, but when Wendy was talking about it, I was like, I'm glad she talked about the light situation with the main lights in the room. Like you can't turn off your bed light, or you can't just use a bedside light without having the main lights on. And we thought we just didn't know how to work the lights, or we just like...
They just said the same thing.
Oh, dumb. We were like, why can't we... But then when I listened to her, her episode, I was like, thank you for saying this, because that was something that really bothered us too. The showers were super nice. You walk in, but you're not like immediately like in water. So like how they have it is like there's a shower, and right when you look in, you have like the water, spigots and things to turn it on and off, but you're not like directly under a faucet where like the water would turn it on you. It's in this other corner of the shower. So the showers are large, and
you could actually figure out how to turn on the shower. That's a problem sometimes I have.
Yeah, it was really nice.
I had that problem in New York this past weekend.
Oh, no.
Stood there looking at it for the longest time, like, how the heck do you turn this shower on?
We really liked the transportation to and from Galaxy's Edge. We knew we were in some kind of box truck or bus or something, but like how they have you enter, they really did a nice job creating whatever ship was that was taking us there. It was really neat. Some things that they need. So the lights in the rooms need improvements. I thought, considering this is, I would consider this a deluxe level resort. They didn't have makeup mirrors or irons or ironing boards, which I'm sure most people don't iron on vacation. But I had specifically made this dress, and like I wanted to look nice and not like all wrinkled up, and there were no irons there.
Apparently, in the future, they don't care about. You know what I always said about Star Wars is like, why is everything so dingy in the future? Like everything's so, if you like go on the Millennium Falcon, even the ride, it's like everything's kind of junky looking.
Yeah. So yeah, I couldn't figure that out. Everything had a clever name though. Oh, what was the hair dryer was like I don't know, it was something blower or something. It was just like they didn't have like normal names, so everything was labeled with like a Star Wars like name.
That's cool.
It was cool.
Yeah.
I think the only other thing was to kind of make, more of those side stories. I wish like each person at the beginning of the experience like had an allotted amount of credits that you're starting with, and that you had like opportunities to like buy and sell fake items, like, and there was more opportunities to like barter. I think, I put down like talked with you already about like most of this lends itself towards being like pro-resistance, and it's just like this one storyline, and I wish there was like more opportunities to do like jobs with credits or just for more unpredictability, because spoiler alert, the resistance is going to win.
All right. Well, thanks for that.
Just like, I wish there were more people who were pro or First Order. There was like probably like 5 to 10 people out of the couple of hundred people that were there that were like pro First Order. And I think it would have been more fun if there were more opportunities for things to. Yeah, I think it would be more fun if there had been more people like not pro resistance.
Maybe they think most people want to be on the winning side, the good guys. Yeah.
I wasn't going in with that plan, but it's just it lended itself for more like special missions to do. So
you're almost making me think of the games my kids played on the computers, The Sims.
Yeah.
Don't they do a lot of that bartering and stuff? It's kind of like that.
They can. We used to for your kids too.
All right. Well, let's finish up with one. I want to know if, I don't know, people, you put this question here. Is it worth it?
Yeah. And I said yes. Like once we saw the amount of things that were going on and the amount of training that was probably needed to get all of these actors and actors, like they are actors and actresses, all these people that are immersing you in the story, and the amount of like memorizing lines, like they have to go between saying rehearsed lines to like improvising with you and talking with you. That's really, really hard. Like if anyone has ever done theater or anything like that, that is like a very advanced skill. And between that and just all the people for passenger services and the amount of like technology that's used in this experience, this had to, I mean, we understood why it cost so much money once we were there. And for us, the experience, yeah, it's worth it.
So your husband was happy.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was funny. That first 2 hours, I was like, "There's nothing going on," and my husband's like, "We have to come back another time." Like within like an hour or two, he was already like, "We have to come back," and I was just like,
"Yeah." I think though you'll definitely. I mean, they're going to change things up, probably improve things, and by the time you do it again, it sounds like you could already have another experience, even if you went.
Of course, yeah.
Soon,
we back, but only once our daughter's about like 10 or so. We got 7.5 years or so to go before that happens. So.
I heard that from Wendy. The little ones probably won't get it. There's not as much.
There were opportunities for little ones to go and do things, but I don't think the story, like if you want them to get involved in the storyline and also just be able to stay up later and not have to worry about nap times and stuff, I think 10 years old is probably like the youngest I would say I would put my kid.
You got thrown into reality really quick when you walked into Thomas.
Thomas
Russell's room.
StarCruiser anymore.
I guess we're not in the StarCruiser anymore.
No.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
Laura, this has been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you reached out to me to do a trip report. We love hearing about the new stuff, the Galactic StarCruiser. I'm going to be recording with Glenn Kessler and Jeff Kessler this coming Saturday as we're recording this.
That'll be so fun.
So you'll get another perspective once we get their take on it. They went with one of their boys.
Oh, that'll be fun.
There's 4 of them.
Then it's point of view then too. Again.
They're in that age. I think they're in that 8-year-old age.
I think that would be good.
So very good. Thanks again. Stay in touch. All right. Thank you for listening for the last 4 years and staying devoted to the show. And
of course, it's been fun.
Hope to have you back on again sometime.
Yes. Well, thank you, Kurt.
Thank you so much.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
Fantastic job, Laura. Tell us all about Genie Plus and the Galactic StarCruiser. Fantastic. Love that. We're all hoping we can get on that experience one of these days. But yesterday was a big day in the Geekin' family. Our good pal Travis Dietrich rode It's a Small World all day long on a Saturday. He started when the park opened, went right on through till it closed. He rode 20 times on the It's a Small World. big shout out to Karen and Scott Daves, who also joined him. Karen donated some flatties. She made some t-shirts. And I know that Scott and her rode with Travis. Every time I saw them on the video, he was on live in our podcast Facebook groups all day long. So much fun. He did a great job. You know, he started out with a goal of $1,000 to raise for Give Kids the World campaign right on their website, which was fantastic. All of us listeners could donate directly to this campaign, like a GoFundMe page. It was fantastic that way he set this up. Within a week, he was already at that $1,000 goal. And we all said, boy, Travis, you got to bump that goal up to $3,000. And I know before Saturday, he had already surpassed the $3,000 mark, and he bumped his goal up to $4,000. I looked this morning, he went over $4,000. Just amazing, Travis. So proud of this community and Travis and everyone who donated to that campaign. And you still can until May 21st, which is this coming Saturday. If you're listening to the podcast this week, you got more time to donate to Travis's Give Kids the World campaign. And it's been such a fantastic. I saw Tony Anzarcone posted in our group that he was like 5th place right now of all the campaigns going on for that great organization. So I don't know what to say. I will absolutely try to get Travis on the podcast for a few minutes just to review his amazing experience. And I'm sure he's going to hear It's a Small World song in his head for weeks to come. Oh my gosh, just great job. Another shout out I got to give to Bob Furlan, a listener of mine, and he's a travel client of the Travel in Tierras also. He books with Mom and Judy. I know he's got a big trip coming up again. I think it was Friday. Margita yelled up to me, "Hey, we got a package in the mail." And when I went downstairs, opened it up, and it was a specialty popcorn tin from Garrett Popcorn Shops in Chicago. And a little note in there said, "On the podcast, I always hear geeks talk about the Werther caramel corn at the Germany Pavilion. While that caramel corn is very good, I want to give you a taste of Garrett's popcorn from the Chicago area, my personal favorite. Thank you both for all that you do for the Geekin' family," Bob Furlan. So thank you, Bob. And he was messaging me saying, you know, as soon as you open that up, you really want to eat it kind of fast. It might, I don't know, maybe it goes a little bit stale after being opened, but don't worry, Bob. We took care of that. It's got crumbs left right now already, 2 days into it. It's just fantastic. It was very good. Oh my gosh. Shout out to Daniel Ginger, who always buys the Werther's popcorn that we talk about. It's so fun when I get feedback from listeners when they hear something on the podcast that we talk about, and really nice to get a surprise in the mail, especially when it's from your local area. It means a lot to us. Thank you, Bob. Really appreciate that. And a big thank you to the fantastic introduction this week from Rebecca Rudin, Samantha Kuhn, Noreen Van Doren, Selena Roll, Jackie Cole, Travis Diedrich, and Andy Hoffman. Remember, they were on that big geek meet. We recorded with them this past Wednesday, over 2 hours. I'm going to probably split that up into 2 episodes. That was from the Kadani Village. Another charcuterie board on the floor, I believe, was what was happening there. Lots of fun and laughter happening. We'll get the full details of that trip coming up in the next few weeks. And I'm going to Disney World, June 4th through the 13th. Mom and Judy, Ken and I, our anniversary trip, we're going to be staying at the Bay Lake Tower, 2-bedroom suite, and also at the Riviera Resort in a 2-bedroom. So we are really excited. It's getting down there. We'll be talking about this coming up. We'll be doing our trip report. And Wendy Fox messaged me. She's going to come down and help us do our trip report when we get back. But if you're down there June 4th through the 13th, definitely surprise me. Say hello. Don't be shy. I absolutely love hearing from you guys when I'm down in the parks, or anytime. If you email me at kurt.stone@geekinonww.com. If you've got an intro, it's fun. Look how much fun Samantha, Rebecca, and all her friends had recording these intros the past couple of weeks. Just tell us your name, where you're from, a fun Disney World fact or two about yourself, and you go Geekin' on Walt Disney World with Curtis and the whole Geekin' family. Email them to me at kurt.stone@geekinonww.com. And thank you for supporting us in a couple of ways. One is through our Patreon account. Go out to patreon.com, look for Geekin' on WDW, It's a website you can pledge a monthly donation to the show, or there's even an annual option if you prefer that. And I like to put out extra podcast episodes. And this week I put one out, a coffee walk, when I was down for the G3 event in February. It was the Tuesday after the big weekend. I'm at the Riviera walking around talking about my Monday day at Animal Kingdom, where you get all of my perspectives live when I was down in the parks. And all those recordings from the G3 this past trip is out there in the Patreon feed. You can even add that to the app that you listen to your podcast to. You can, the iTunes app, and I use an app called Overcast. There's a special URL you get when you sign up for Patreon. It goes directly into those apps. If you want to listen to those through your mobile phone, you can do that. And I really appreciate everyone who contributes to patreon.com. Thank you so much for supporting the podcast. And also the Traveling Tierras, Mom and Judy, their small business. They've been working hard, helping you guys book your trips down to Disney World. And we really appreciate all of your support to the podcast and the Traveling Tierras, because we're committed to helping you enjoy your Disney World vacation. Reach out to me if you'd like to do a trip report, book a trip, review your plans for your trip. Kurt.stone@geekinonww.com. Again, look out at the website. If you want to contribute to Travis's campaign, that's still out there. The link to Give Kids the World for Travis is there. Our emails, if you want to contact us. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for going geeking on Walt Disney World with us. We really appreciate you listening and geeking with us every single day. We love you, geeks. Have a magical day, and I hope all your dreams come true.
Good job. That was fun.
Thanks. It was fun.
You win the most horrific experience at a resort I've ever heard.
Yeah. We were just like, we couldn't believe it. Like when it was happening, we're like, is this actually happening?
This can't be real.
Yeah.
I can't imagine. My wife and Judy would have, they would have freaked.
Considering, I don't know, it probably helped that we were not like sleep deprived at that point, because we had just been on StarCruiser and we were able to like kind of just get up when we wanted to get up and like, you know, not.
Yeah, you weren't going hard like you do in the park, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know, but I thought my husband handled the situation very well, considering how we could have been very rude, you know, very angry.
Reminds me,
please.
The first time I was dating my wife Margita and went to her parents' house for the first time, and we're like coming in late at night, going out, and she's like, I was like, well, where's the bathroom? She goes, well, first door on the right. I opened up the door and it's her parents' bedroom. Like,
oh no!
So I went across the hall, and then I come out and I said, where's the bathroom? She's like, first, left, I meant.
Oh, no. How embarrassing.
That was my first.
You ended up together and you stayed together, so all is well.
I guess it's all forgotten.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for having me. This was really cool to do.
Yeah, look for this. It's going to be a few weeks. I got about 5 ahead of you. So.
Okay. Sounds like a plan.
Thanks so much. Have a great night.
You too.
See
Take
you later.
care.
Bye.
Bye.